Yo, I'm a fan of words. I'm a rapper, the tongue will lash you like a scourge. Double back and attack, I excel where they lack. Emphatic with static, don't let it shock you.
Alright, man, welcome back to the Hot Box. Today we got our man Whyandotte in the house.
Hi, guys.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Dot. Tell me about yourself a little bit.
Hi, I'm Whyandotte. I'm a rapper, producer, member of Forever Golden. Please don't forget Forever Golden. And that's all I do.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, man. Where are you from? We'll get into Forever Golden in a second. So, really dig into that background. Let's give our guests a little bit, of the background knowledge on who is Whyandotte.
Bet. So I'm from Detroit. Like most of us, cool ass city. And I'm from Detroit. I started making music when I was like in high school. I was making beats because people needed them at Mumford. Shout out Mumford. They needed it, but like after my beats were never like good back then, really. But like the raps I heard on them were worse.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So like after like a couple months of hearing like subpar to shit rap, I was like, I can't do that.
You gotta branch out.
Yeah. What if I get better at this? I can't have. So after that year, I took it more seriously and I started rapping, stuff like that.
So did you get into the rap side of it first? It sounds like you got into making beats first.
Yeah, I was really into my favorite producer of all time, Dilla.
Okay.
Back then, Whyandotte was way different. Like the beats I made and like how I coordinated myself musically was way different. It was based on like everything Slum Village did and Black Milk and 50 Simpson and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Milk, he's straight out of Detroit too.
Yeah. Big inspiration. Fever is like my favorite album, I think, last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are your influences in music then?
I don't know, cause I always want people to like tell me who they think they are, cause I listen to a lot of things, but I never know if I sound like that. Like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You want to know who people relate you to.
Yeah, cause Dilla was like my favorite producer. Oh, he is my favorite producer of all time. But like currently, I don't make that type of music. Like if we're talking about currently, my favorite producer is Wonder Girl.
Okay.
And like you can kind of see that in my music. So I don't know. I listened to a lot of Lupe in middle school and high school. A lot of Kanye. A lot of Blink-182. That was a different phase for me.
Okay.
My Chemical Romance and stuff.
Yeah.
David Bowie. So Bjork. Like, it was weird. So I don't know. I can't tell what my influences are. I wish someone would tell me who they think they are. Cause
Do you still draw from those pieces?
Yeah.
Do you still draw from David Bowie and stuff like that?
Yeah. On stuff I haven't released yet, there's definitely more of a less of a rap feel and more of a alternative. And I try to get into like more like jazz stuff. I found out how to like compose that in a simple way for me.
Okay.
So in the future there'll be more stuff like that. Yeah.
For sure. All right. We can go ahead and dig into the music a little bit here, man. Go ahead and tell our guests about any kind of current projects you got going on, any current releases you got going on. Obviously, we know a little bit about them because that's our job. But go ahead and fill them in, man.
My last song I released about a week ago. It's called "The Devil's in the Details." Mm-hmm. People like it more than I thought they would. I really didn't. I have low self-esteem in myself, as you might be able to tell. So like people like really gravitated towards that, and that's on like all streaming platforms and stuff. For me, there's not a project out yet, though I am amassing a number of songs to make one. I just don't want to put a date out in my head and then I just screw that up. But we are talking about music, and there is something coming out with me on it. I mentioned Forever Golden, the group I'm in, with B Free, Curtis Roach, Santana Da Vinci, and Jay Squared. We have a project coming out in this month. Not sure if anyone knew that. Probably not, because this is the first time I'm talking about it in media. So it's coming out this month. I want to say the 8th. So hopefully that comes out. I made some beats and stuff. I ain't rap on it.
December 8th is coming out.
Yes.
Damn. That might mean, hey, just so we know, for future reference, this video might come out after the album drops,
cool.
but you heard it here first. All right. Yeah. Tell us a little bit. I was interested in your first, man. You know, your first show, first track, maybe your first collab. Start with your first show. What was that like?
I believe my first show was with Golden, and it was at a venue called the Phoenix Cafe.
Okay.
It's in Hazel Park, and man, a lot of memories came from the Phoenix Cafe. It's a cool venue. It's very well known for its like really weird layout. Like you walk in and there's a bunch of like art that was like curated locally by artists, and then like this is basically a hallway with some chairs in it and an organ on the side, and yeah, a lot of my first like steps in the rap was at that show, or was at that venue, and my first show was really good, and it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot how to like rap better, how to perform better, how to get people involved.
So your first show, you were rapping?
Yeah, my first show.
Okay, all right. You weren't like mixing or anything like that. You were up there. Okay. Who was mixing for you then?
I think his name was Ben Frank. Yeah. Ben Frank works at the Phoenix thing. Yeah, he was the first one to mix our stuff there.
Okay, for sure. So, go ahead. I know you don't want to talk about it. Tell us about what is Forever Golden. How did you meet these guys?
I love.
What's the atmosphere like?
I love talking about them because they're all weird in their own way. Forever Golden. This is like for me and my standpoint, because I came in later into what it was developed. It was originally Golden Triangle, I believe, and it was a different entity. It was more like based on video games and things like that.
Okay.
But I met the leader, my friend Jay Squared. We met through some other friends of a mutual friend's passing, sadly. And first time I met him, like I knew he rapped well because I heard of him before. And the first time I met him, he came to my home, and this is a very dumb thing I did, but it worked out purposely. He came to my home, and the first thing I did is I gave him a cheeseburger.
Okay, yeah.
Like I walked out of my home, and he came in his whip, and I was like, "Hey, you want a cheeseburger?" And and like ever since then, like it was, it just clicked because you can't just forget someone who does that. Maybe,
oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe I meant to do that, and so after that, my my high school friend Santana was already in it before I joined it. It was originally like a bunch of people, like 11, 12, on some Wu-Tang shit. Like, yeah, 30 deep. It became a problem to come to events and shit. And so after numerous restructurings and, people like butting heads and people is not on the same page, we're at a good place with the 5 of us. And Curtis is Jay's cousin. I found that out late. I was sick. And Free, I forgot how I met Free. No, we met from the show as well, but we met later in life through Jay meeting him first.
Okay.
And that was Forever Gone is just a nice, cool bunch of dudes.
What was that process like, though? I mean, you talk about going from like what 30 deep?
Yeah.
30 deep?
Yeah.
To 5?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was.
Whew.
Yeah, it was a little. It was a lot. For me anyway, because I was never. I'm not the leader. I'm just a guy in it. So for me,
is there a leader? Is there a defined leader?
I would say Jay Squared is, because he's the one who brought us all together and was like, we should do this shit for real. For me anyway, it was difficult trying to get everything down because it was a book. Cause everyone has an ego. Even the meekest person has some semblance of an ego, and so a bunch of different ideas would just come across. Some people wanted to do this, some people wanted to do that. I myself had falling outs with people in the group, and back then, and it was a really wild experience. For me, it was just like me having to mix and master and record a bunch of albums. 2014, that's when the group was like really starting to start.
Okay.
I mixed and like recorded like 5 of our tapes and stuff, and like that was pretty easy, but it's just like having people's like ideas of how they wanted to like use the Golden name as a brand or use the Golden name as a
Oh, I
thing.
see.
So,
I see.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after like, we downsized it to 5, we all have a pretty good idea. We still butt our heads and all that, but we have a more concise goal.
Okay. What's your one of the things I wanted to ask you specifically, because obviously I'm following this stuff all the time. What's your media personality, man? Because I can't read you sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You seem fun, but like I can't. Like you always change your name on Twitter, so it's hard to find you.
Yeah.
And then you for a while there. You were all talk about the yellow hoodie. Had to wear the yellow hoodie everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. I wanted you to tell our viewers about it, man. Enlighten us a little bit.
So on Twitter, I don't change my username, but I do change like the name and stuff. And I don't know. I'm not sure why I do that. It's a problem that I really should get a handle on. But
I mean, like I'm just curious, like when you change it.
Oh,
is there significance to it?
Yeah. Currently, I think it's Too Broke to Riot because
okay.
I am that. I am very much that. And the last one before that was Claudia's Second Son, referencing my mom.
Okay.
And then before that, it was Halloween related. And so December, if this comes out in December, it'll be Christmas related soon. The yellow hoodie thing came because I realized that like people need to know who you are.
Okay.
And the need to know to be able to pick you out. And another thing, I'm short, so everyone in the group is taller than me, which irks me. But I'm short, so I was like, how am I gonna do it? And I'm not really like a loud person. I'm a very reserved dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I am, and hoodies are comfortable. So after a while, me just wearing the same hoodie, people kind of only know me from the hoodie. Like, they knew that I rapped and, like, produced second. They knew that, like, first, I was the guy near J Squared who wore a gold hoodie.
You do the yellow hoodie. And then, okay.
And then after a while, I had money, so then I just kept buying yellow hoodies. And I'm just trying to, like, all right, just keep it clean. Keep a clean hoodie, and maybe they'll recognize me. And it's happened before. People have, like, noticed me randomly just because I wear this hoodie. And that's a very... that's a neat experience. So, I don't know, personality. I feel like I'm a normal dude. I like everything most people like. I mean,
okay.
Anime is dope.
Yeah.
My hero's kind of overrated, but it's dope.
You got a favorite? I know that's tough. There's a lot of good ones.
Overlord.
Okay.
Overlord or someone wants to High School of the Dead. No. Overlord or Dragon Ball.
Okay. Alright, yeah, Dragon Ball is definitely top 3.
You kind of can't,
Yeah.
It's like
Now my number one is Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Now
that's right.
can I get a consensus on Attack on Titan?
That shit goes hard.
It goes hard?
That shit
Like,
goes
it's
hard.
alright.
It's alright.
That shit goes hard.
Always
That shit
okay.
goes
Alright.
hard as
Man,
well.
Definitely have favorites that are above that, but ooh.
That shit scared me this
For
season.
sure.
Season 3 legitimately scared me.
It will fuck with you. If you especially if you're actually caught up on it, you go into season 3 and you will not be expecting what happens, bro. I mean, unless you're reading that manga, it's...
Then you're ahead of us, but...
Well, I got a buddy who's, like, literally to date on the manga.
Damn.
And he's, like, telling me there's so much stuff you haven't even heard yet. Like, they haven't even touched on. It's... Yeah, but...
I don't even know if I'm ready.
The basement.
Yeah. A couple questions just to wrap it up for you, man. Couple fun questions. Tell us about your dream performance, You get to that point in life, who would you want to be up on stage with?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Like living or dead?
It can be either. We can do them separately if you got one for each.
Dead. Dead. It wouldn't really work, I feel like, but I just want to see it try. It was Freddie Mercury. So Queen.
Oh, okay.
So Queen. If Freddie Mercury was alive. And alive, Kid Cudi would be kind of cool. Kid Cudi would be nice. He'd be kind of cool.
He's on a different level, man.
We have lots to relate about.
Okay.
About that.
Last question, man. You got any message for our fans of Michigan Raps or fans of what is it? Forever Golden.
Yeah.
Shout out for the wristband, by the way.
Yeah. Don't forget that. Please follow your dreams. I mean, it's taking me a minute, but you should probably follow your dreams and follow us on social media at So Forever Going Anywhere. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Good shit. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Word up, 2 for 5s over here, baby. Word up, 2 for 5s, niggas got garbage down the way. Word up.
Cash rules everything around me. Green get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Yo, I'm a fan of words. I'm a rapper, the tongue will lash you like a scourge. Double back and attack, I excel where they lack. Emphatic with static, don't let it shock you. The right hand queen, the way it rocks you. Left hand on ivories and ebonies. And bees down the legs of my ebonies. Niggas green with envy, the enemies. Why though? Why mix fear and bravado? I'd rather listen to Vado. I never listen to Vado. I'm just chilling for whatever will follow. I'm lame and I know it. When I was 13, a nigga studied poets. I would pen prose with a shitty pose, and that's bold. Now I'm 25 with a new squad, and that's golden. Oh shit, you salt like the oh shit. Oh shit, enough to rock the boat, bitch. Big body, don't be scared if I float, bitch. And I'ma stand over your corpse as you croak, bitch. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to myself, ain't nobody here. The yellow bastard, but don't call me Rourke, just a dork with a passion. Shit's everlasting, and cash rules everything around me. Pockets on E, but the rhymes are astounding.
Cash rules everything around me.